Yeah, what would I say to developers that fear AI? And this is going to be particularly aimed at coders and maybe the testers who have a bit of programming in them as well. Don't be afraid. Really, really don't. View AI as an opportunity. We are not anywhere near being replaced by a computer. Skynet is not there yet. Okay. Instead, think of it not as a replacement for you, but as an augmentation to you. It's giving you a helping hand. It's supporting. It's doing the drudgery. You know, when you sit there and you think, how do I solve that problem? Okay, very often we'll go and have a chat with people and we can do that. And that's good. And we should absolutely still do that. But how about having a virtual friend who's already there in your computer before you go and bother the other devs? You can just ask it and it can give you some ideas. And maybe, just maybe, that's enough to move you forward and gives you some more areas to explore as you're trying to tackle with the problem at hand. Okay? Maybe it's not, and you still have to go and talk to the people. That's absolutely fine. We want to do that. But you've not gone to them with the simpler questions that maybe they don't want to help you with because they've already done it. Okay? Or you don't feel like you should take it to them because you feel it could be a really simple answer. So AI becomes a support, a friend. You may have heard of rubber ducking in the programming world. When I was a developer, I actually had rubber ducks and I had teddy bears on my desk, and I would absolutely have full-blown conversations with them. And you can imagine some of the looks I got. But rubber ducking is this idea of just talking to an inanimate object. You talk through the problem so you don't have to disturb somebody else and talk through the problem, because you know that in talking through that problem, you're going to have the idea that moves you forwards. And really, this is an extension of that. You can explain the problem to an AI and the AI is going to give you an answer back. But the likelihood is, while you're typing it out or saying it when we get there, you're going to have that revelation and you can stop and move on. Okay. Personally, I would still submit it and see what it gives because it may be better than me, particularly in the coding world. Okay. Because it's already scanned the whole of Stack Overflow. It knows it. It knows lots and lots of things from around the web that you don't. Not because it's smarter than you, but because it's a computer and that's what it does. It consumes huge amounts of information and it can, to some extent, synthesize it into useful answers. What it can't do is create. It can't innovate. It can't problem solve to any real degree. It's dumb. It's not going to replace you. It's going to support you. It's going to be that virtual friend that keeps you on the straight and narrow, that allows you to move through things that traditionally may have hampered you. Okay. So for the developers out there thinking, I'm going to be replaced by AI, all you have to do is see what CHAT GPT and things is producing as code. It's terrible. Okay? Because it can't code. It can't do that. It can regurgitate what it's already found, and it can roughly structure some things based around some rules, but it is never going to solve the really gnarly details that you work with. Right? So instead of worrying about it, think, imagine what I could do with my time if I didn't have to flesh out the basics of the class structure that I'm working on. If I didn't have to write that loop yet again, I could just have something pop it out straight away. Okay? What could we do with that time? How much further could we progress through the problems? How much better could we make our products? That's what we want to think about. I'd rather be concerned, embrace it as an opportunity, get to know it, because it is going to become a part of your working world. And if you don't embrace it and others do, you are going to lag behind. If you've got to this point in the video, I hope you've enjoyed it. If so, a like would be appreciated. If you want to hear more from me, more answers to questions that maybe you've got in the Agile world, please subscribe to the channel. And if you've got a question that you really want answered, drop it in the comments. I promise we'll get around to it. Thank you.